Good morning, students. I am Dr. G. Vijay Kumar, professor from Electrical Department. Today, the topics to be discussed: transient response analysis. Today, the outline of the overall presentation gives number 1, transient response. Number 2, transient response of RC circuits. Number 3, transient response of RL circuits. Number 4, transient response of RLC circuit, and what is the difference between time domain and then S domain. Fifth one is an Laplace transformation. If the output of an electric circuit for an input varies with respect to the time, then it is called as a time response. The time response consists of a two-part. One is a transient response and steady state response. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about two types of response with respect to an AC supply as well as DC supply. After applying an input to an electric circuit, the output takes a certain time to reach steady state. So the output will be in transient state till it goes to steady state. Therefore, the response of this electric circuit during the transient state is known as transient response. The transient response will be 0 for large value of t time delay. It is an ideally the value of t should be infinite, but in practical case 5 time constants are sufficient. At the bottom of the figure shows that difference between the transient response and then steady state response. The graphical curve is drawn between current and with respect to the time. So time taken to reaches from 0 to the some x value is called as an transient response. You can look into the figure. The curve should be reaches its steady state after a particular time only. From the graphical way we can easily understand what is an transient time and what is an steady state time. So the presence or absence of transient, as in transient occurs in the response due to sudden change in the source that are applied to an electrical circuit, either in switching action. There are two possible switching actions in while opening a switch or closing the switch. The transient part will not present in the response of an electric circuit. If it is contain only resistance, because resistor is having the ability to adjust any amount of voltage and current. The transient part occur in the response of an electrical circuit or network due to presence of energy storing element such as inductor and capacitor, because they cannot change energy stored in those elements instantly. Next one, transient response. Before entering into this syllabus content, we must know what will happen when I am applying an voltage across the resistive element, inductive element and capacitive element. In order to sketch the transient response directly, we need to able to find the voltage and current in a resistor, inductor and capacitor immediately after a switch has been opened or closed. Already told that two position can be possible, either switch is in on position or otherwise off position. First case I am considering an resistor. Since the current and voltage are related by V is equal to IR according to Ohm's law, it is clear that any instant changes in say voltage will be accompanied by the equally the instantaneous changes in the current. It says that current should be directly proportional to the applied voltage. The second one, inductor. Since the current and voltage are related by V is equal to L into di by dt. So, voltage across the inductor with respect to the rate of change of time. A sudden change in current would result in infinite voltage. Since this is impulsive, we can conclude that closing a switch to connect an inductor to source will not cause us current flow at initial instant. That can be defined as t is equal to 0. So, before closing the switch, we are assuming the time should be n 0. This can be represented I of 0 plus is equal to 0. Before closing the switch, the current should not be flow to the inductor. Is it right? That is, it will be acting as an open circuit. Of course, the current I0 was flowing before the switch was closed. It will be continued to flow. That can be represented I0 plus is equal to I0. So, here small I represent the instantaneous current and capital I represent the actual current. Next one, this observation permit us to introduce an idea of an equivalent circuit at t is equal to 0 place. I am given in a figure, that is inductor current I0 will flow through that inductive coil. Similarly, subsequently I am given one more thing. The schematic diagram shows that OC, it indicates that at the time of switch closing, the inductor should be acting as an open circuit, and then when it is start flowing, it is acting as a closed one. So, from the equation and schematic sketches gives an idea what is a transient state. Next one, capacitor. In this case, current I should be is equal to the C into dV by dt. This can be obtained from the capacitor basic equation. C is equal to QV, and with respect to the formulas, we are going to just memorize I is equal to C dV by dt. Current flowing to the capacitor with respect to the rate of change of current. With rate of change of voltage, and an argument analogs to those above required that voltage does not change instantaneously, since the current cannot be infinite. If the capacitor initially uncharged, then so it can be represented V of 0 plus is equal to 0. That is, capacitor should be acting as a short circuit. If the capacitor is initially charged, then it can be represented as V of 0 plus is equal to V0. So that simultaneously I am representing the schematic sketch for that when during an closed switch and before closing the switch. When it is acting as a short circuit, and second the case, what will be the voltage should be applied, that should be stored across the capacitor. That is why the second equation represents V0 plus is equal to V0. Next one, a transient response of RC circuit. Here I am considering a resistor and capacitor should be connected in series across the supply voltage Vs. When a voltage source is applied to an RC circuit, the capacitor C charging through the resistance only. All the electrical or electronic circuits or otherwise in our system suffer from some form of time delay between its input and output terminals when either a signal or voltage continuous or a discontinuous. It says that AC or DC voltage is applied to it. In classroom itself I am given an example. While I am going to switch on the fan, it does not run at the rated speed, either a 3, 4 or 5. It takes some time to reach to the steady state. So the transient time between the switch on and reaches to the steady state is called as a time delay. This delay is generally known as circuit time delay or a time constant, which represent the time response of the circuit. When input step voltage or a signal applied, the resultant time constant of any electronic circuit or a system will mainly depends upon the reactive component or either capacitive and inductive connected to it. The unit for the time constant is tau, either it is represented by this symbol notation T or otherwise a special notation I am shown in a figure. When an increasing DC voltage is applied to a discharged capacitor, so here I am assumed that the capacitor is initially empty charge, that is discharged capacitor. The capacitor draws a charges current and charge ups when the voltage is reduced. The capacitor discharge in opposite direction because the capacitor are able to store the electrical energy. They act like small batteries, storing or releasing their energy as required. And we know that the electric charge stored on a plate capacitor gives us Q is equal to CV. This is an standard formula. This charging and discharging of capacitor energy is never instant but takes a certain amount of time to occur within the time taken for a capacitor to charge or recharge. It is known as a time constant. This transient response T, that is time constant, is measured in terms of the multiplication of resistance and capacitance. T is equal to R cross C. I have given the equation in the slide itself in seconds, where R is the value of resistor in ohm, C is the value of capacitor in farad. Let us assume the above circuit, the capacitor is fully discharged and switch S is fully open. These are initial condition of the circuit. Then T is equal to 0 at the time current flowing through the closed circuit, that is open circuit, I naught is equal to 0. Similarly, what I have said, C is equal to QV, the charge Q is also 0. When the switch is closed, at the time begins at time T is equal to 0. So here the assumption is made, when I am going to close the switch at the time of T is equal to 0 and current begins to flow into a capacitor through the resistor. Since the initial voltage across the capacitor is 0, Vc is equal to 0 at time T is equal to 0. You can hope you understand. Before closing the switch, the capacitor is fully discharged. So simultaneously the voltage across the capacitor is also 0. The Vc is equal to 0 at time T is equal to 0. The capacitor appears to be a short circuit to the external circuit and maximum current flow through the circuit restricted by the resistor only. According to Kirchhoff voltage law, the voltage drop around the given circuit, Vs is equal to R into I of t minus Vc of t. Here t represents the time domain. We are going to analyze the all the circuit, either RC circuit, RL circuit or RLC circuit. We are going to analyze in the two ways. One is a time domain and then Laplace domain or a S domain. So Vs minus R into I of t minus Vc of t is equal to 0. This is an Kirchhoff voltage law equation. It is easily you can understand what I am trying to say. The voltage drop is equal to voltage rise, or otherwise algebraic sum of voltage across the element is equal to 0. So I mentioned that either time constant is represented as a tau, the symbol is given, or this capital T. RC time constant only specify a rate of charge, where R already I am told that in terms of ohms and C in terms of farad. The voltage across the capacitor at any instant during the charge period is given as Vc is equal to Vs into 1 minus e power minus t by Rc. This equation I am directly given. You need to look into the website. I am given in the last page. You can download it. It can utilize the material. This is an final step I am given. The capacitor voltage should be represented. Vs is a input voltage into 1 minus exponential of minus t by Rc. I already told that t is then a time and Rc is a time constant. Next one, transient response of RL circuit using DC supply. You can look into the graphical wave schematic circuit diagram. Two diagrams are given. One applied and DC voltage with the series connection of resistor and inductor. Similarly, second one shows that the switch should be closed and current I should be flow. Let us now consider the flowing RLC circuit. We are assume no current to be flowing in the inductor before the switch is closed. Is it right? I am not closing the switch. Definitely current should not flow through the inductor. Then I am writing an equation using an Kirchhoff law. So voltage V should be Ri plus L into di by dt. The switch was kept open up to t is equal to 0 and it was closed at t is equal to 0. So the DC voltage source having a voltage V is not connected to the series RLC circuit. Therefore, there is a no initial current flow towards to the inductor. The circuit when the switch is closed position as shown in figure, now the current I flow in the entire circuit since the DC voltage source having a V voltage is connected to the series RLC circuit, RL circuits. Now apply KVL around the loop. We are obtaining the equation from the mathematical equation. V is equal to Ri plus L into di by dt. This is an equation is at the time of switch closing. Again, this is equation I am using an differential equation. I am going to divide by the inductor L. So I am obtaining V by L is equal to R divided by L into I is plus di by dt. This is the equation number 1. So for my easy representation, I am converting that equation 1 into an equation 2. dy by dt plus py is equal to q. So it represent either RL circuit or a RC circuit is in first order differential equation. By comparing the two equation, we will get x is equal to t, y is equal to I, p is equal to r by L, q is equal to v by L. For simplicity, I am considering these two equation. By solving this equation using an integration, I am obtaining that equation 3 y exponential of integral of p dx is equal to integral of q exponential of integral of p dx plus k. K is a constant one. Where k is a constant, substitute the value of x, y, p and q in equation 3, you obtain I into exponential of integral of r divided by L dt is equal to integral of v by L e power integral of r by L dt and with respect to the differentiation dt plus k. So finally, I am obtaining the equation 4 I is equal to v by r plus k into exponential of minus r by L into t. Here V is a voltage and R is the resistance. R by L represent the time constant tau and T is a time response. We know that there is a no initial current in the circuit, hence substitute the T is equal to 0 and I is equal to 0 in the equation 4. So here I am assume open condition. So 0 is equal to V by R plus K e power minus R L by 0. Simply finally obtaining k is equal to minus v by r. Substitute this obtained value in equation 4. Finally I got that the equation I is equal to minus v by r exponential of minus r by L t plus v by r. I am representing this equation as an 5. Therefore current flowing through the circuit I is equal to simply representing v by r is equal v by r into 1 minus exponential of minus r by L of t. It represents the equation 6. So the response of the series RL circuit when it is excited by a DC voltage source has the following two terms. First term correspond to the transient response and second term response with the steady state response. V by R is an transient response and second term e power is an steady state response. A transient response of RL circuit with AC supply. So previous cases we are considered only DC supply for the RC and RL circuit. For our understanding, I am explaining with an example of AC supply. What are all the equations we are studying in the RC is also the same here, but we are going to introduce a complex term. The switch was kept open up to t is equal to 0 and it was closed at t is equal to 0. So what are all the assumptions made in the previous two stages? Here also I am taken an account. So the AC voltage source having a peak voltage of Vm voltage is not connected to the series RL circuit up to this instant. Therefore, there is no initial current flow through the inductor. This is an case 1 before closing the switch and case 2 after closing the switch. I am given a pictorial representation. The circuit diagram when the switch is closed position, now the current should flow through the entire circuit. Since the AC voltage source having a peak voltage of Vm voltage is connected to the RL circuits. We know that a current I of t flowing through the above circuit will have two terms. One is represented as a transient part, another one is a steady state. It is mathematically represented I of t is equal to IT or t plus ISA of t, equation 1, and I of t is equal to k e power minus t by r plus ISS of t, equation number 2. calculation of steady state current if a sinusoidal signal is applied as an input to a linear electric circuit. Then it produces steady state output. So, calculating the steady state current, which is also sinusoidal signal, both the input and output signals will be having a same frequency but different amplitude and phase angles. Then we can calculate the steady state response of electric circuit when it is excited by a sinusoidal voltage using a Laplace transformation. I will explain you at the forthcoming slide what is the Laplace transformation, why we are going for the Laplace transformation. The S domain circuit diagram when switch is closed to open. So, the final equation for the RLC circuit using an AC supply, just you are going to look into the website detail and you can go through that steps. I of t is equal to Vm divided by square root of R squared plus omega squared L squared, the sine of omega t plus phi minus tan inverse of omega L by R. The equation be at the bottom of the slide. Next one, previous either RC or RL circuit we are discussed on first order. This gives a combination of inductor and capacitor along with the resistance circuit. Here represent the second order system. Similarly, I am considering the switch was kept to open up to 1 t is equal to 0 and it was closed at t is equal to 0. You can think about that. I am going to close t time is equal to 0. Essentially, the switch is also open. So, the DC voltage source having V volt is not connected to the RLC circuit. So, applying Kirchhoff law after the second one when I am going to close the switch. Okay. Second consideration, at time t is equal to 0, the switch was closed. Then write an Kirchhoff voltage law correspondingly. Previous case I am assumed V here. For your representation, I am just representing as an E. So, some of the books is representing voltage source is equal to V and as well as E. Kirchhoff gives E is equal to I into R plus L into di by dt plus Vc, which together with I is equal to C into dVc by dt. Already I am saying in the RC circuit, gives us second order differential equation for the voltage across the capacitor as LC d squared V by C divided by dt squared plus RC dVc dt plus Vc is equal to E. We can look into the schematic sketch or a pictorial representation. You can easily write an corresponding equation and just I am substituting the value for the first equation I and going for a differentiation as for second order differential equations. Solve the equation by our standard method of first obtaining the complementary function by setting an E is equal to 0. So, while going for an finding in the value of C and L, we are assuming an E is equal to 0. On the right hand side, looking solution form and A exponential m of t. The auxiliary equation takes from the form LC m square plus RC m plus 1 is equal to 0, which has a solution m is equal to R divided by 2L plus or minus square root of R squared divided by 4L squared minus 1 by LC. In order to make some general comments, we now recast this into a non-circuit specific notation. The following our discussion of resonance in the previous module and as well as previous units. In the context, we introduced omega naught is equal to 1 by square root of LC. Already we are seeing in the resonance frequency, and Q is in bandwidth we have discussed. Omega naught L divided by R. We also noted Q was related to the damping factor. This symbol is an neta, and neta is equal to 1 by 2Q, that is equal to R by 2 square root of C by L. Just I am substituting the value of Q over here. Thank you for patient listening. I will continue my session in the module 2 also. regarding the Laplace transformation. What is the difference between the Laplace transformation and time domain specification? Thank you once again.